This is Euglin House, just a boring five-story building in the Cayman Islands, but here's the surprise. In 2020, around 20,000 companies claimed they had an office inside this tiny building. Yes, 20,000. Bernie Sanders joked it must be the most overcrowded office block in the world. Obama said it was the biggest tax scam on earth. Personally, I think it's just the world's cheapest WeWork. Forget hot desks, these guys are renting out oxygen molecules. And here's the real kicker. Euglin House isn't an exception. It's the tip of a $10 trillion iceberg called offshore banking. A system so bizarre that the rich don't just hide money, they legally erase themselves from existence. Offshore banking sounds exotic, like pirates burying treasure on a remote island. In reality, it's less cinematic, but 10 times more profitable. Places like the Cayman Islands, Switzerland, Hong Kong, Singapore. They've built entire financial systems with one mission: make rich people richer while making them invisible. How big is this game? Experts estimate over $10 trillion are parked in offshore accounts. That's more than Japan's GDP, just sitting quietly offshore. Switzerland alone holds around $800 billion. The Caribbean, Luxembourg, Hong Kong, Singapore hold hundreds of billions more. It's basically a luxury vacation resort, but for money. So, what exactly is offshore banking? Simple, you put your money where the laws are friendlier. These places offer 3 irresistible perks. Taxes so low they make your accountant cry. Privacy so strong your name doesn't even appear on the paperwork. And rules so loose you could hide an elephant under a spreadsheet. Here's where it gets funny. Ordinary workers? We get taxed before we even touch our paycheck. Every bonus tracked. Every wire above 10,000 flagged. Forget a single form. Boom. IRS at your door like it's Halloween. Meanwhile, the wealthy, they don't own anything. Their companies do. The mansion, owned by a shell corporation. The yacht, owned by a holding firm in Bermuda. The jet, borrowed from a trust. If you don't legally own it, it can't be taxed, sued, or seized. Genius, right? Or evil, depending on your mood. James lives in New York, makes $1 million as a CEO. He gets a paycheck, IRS takes nearly half. James sighs into his $8 latte. Mike? He sets up a trust in the Cayman Islands, creates a holding company in Luxembourg, technically earns nothing. His company collects the money. It bounces through a maze of shell corporations. Mike receives dividends at close to zero tax rates. James owns everything and pays for it. Mike owns nothing and keeps it all. Tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance? Perfectly legal. Twist the rules until they scream. And congratulations, you're a genius. This is the Frankenstein monster we call offshore banking. Take Apple. From 2003 to 2013, Apple routed $120 billion through Irish subsidiaries. These companies were stateless, not taxed by the US, not taxed by Ireland. At one point, Apple's tax rate dropped to 0.005%. That's $50 of tax for every million in profit. Imagine tipping your barista more than Apple tips the government. The EU eventually cracked down, forcing Apple to pay $14 billion, but only after a decade of enjoying the deal of the century. And Apple isn't alone. Amazon, Google, Nike, Starbucks, Microsoft, all play this game. The OECD estimates 40% of multinational corporate profits get shifted into tax havens. The Panama Papers exposed 140 officials and billionaires. The Pandora Papers revealed 35 world leaders with hidden offshore wealth. The rich don't put their names on things, they erase their names from everything. So here's the question. If your money isn't technically yours, how do you spend it? Answer: you borrow against it. The strategy is called buy, borrow, die. The rich stash billions offshore, use it as collateral, borrow at super low interest rates, live off loans, pay no taxes, then die and pass it on. Game over. So next time you see a billionaire on TV preaching about hard work and sacrifice, just remember, their money is on a permanent holiday in the Cayman Islands, sipping piña coladas, while your paycheck is mugged by the IRS before you even see it.
Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right over there for more awesome content. You won't regret it.